Okay, so here we are against a level 1 bot. And it will always be this the Viking class that's the level 1 bot. The nice thing is that he has nice slow attacks, but they do hurt if you mistime your evasions. So the whole purpose of this is to show you the level 1 bot, and to show you that it's very good for practicing your defensive abilities and trying to improve your consistency. So right now, while I'm talking, I'm just doing standard blocks. One thing to note with the assassin classes is that you do have to time it right. There's a certain period. If I block too early or too late, he'll get through. Whereas if I was using his class, for example, I could just hold it there forever. But assassin classes have a very limited amount of time that they can block, so you actually actively need to block each one. Right, so that's just standard blocking. I'm just simply moving my mouse in the direction that he's attacking. So, try not to get distracted by my cat. Hang on a second. Cat on the desk does not help this. Right, okay, so now I will show you the heavy parry. So I will try and wait for the moment that he's going to hit me, like that. And in the direction he's attacking, I'm going to do a heavy attack. So again, that's a heavy attack to the left. Another nice thing about parrying, aside from the fact that if you get it right, you actually stun them, which leaves them open to a nice attack, is that if you parry them when they've got no stamina, if they've attacked you while they've got no stamina, then you actually put them on the bump. You actually knock them over. The other nice thing is that if they are fainting, then if you just leave your attack going, you know, they'll feint, you won't do the parry, but their attack will stop, and you'll actually land a heavy hit. So parries can be very useful, but of course, if you mistime it, that happens. So it's risk-reward again, but parries are a very powerful tool. They're very good for opening up a guard block as well. So, oops, if I get it right. And then you can... okay, I didn't follow it up. But you saw that I got the guard block in. Let me try and do it one more time. So, oops. Oh no. Right, essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do a parry straight into a guard block. The reason I'm not showing you that, if I get it right, come on. Right, guard block and then you can throw them. So that's a very nice manoeuvre to do on bridges. And as you see, he fell over them because he attacked me while he had no stamina. Right, the other thing is that some classes have a deflect as well. Now, the deflects I find quite difficult to pull off. It was easier in the alpha, there was a bigger window for doing so. But the timing is similar to a parry, but I get the feeling it's just a little bit less. In fact, this is one thing to point out as well. You can see he's still doing damage despite the fact I'm blocking. This happens all the time, and that's what your defensive stat is for on the items that you'll get during the game. Right, anyway, so deflect. I'll try and pull off a few deflects. Expect me to die a fair bit trying to do so. But essentially what you're trying to do with... This happens with the Orochi and the Berserker, I believe. I don't know if the Peacekeeper does it as well. But you're trying to dodge at just the right time that you would parry. Let's see if I can pull it off. I'm probably going to die here. Right, I'm just getting standard dodges and I'm dodging too early. Too early. That's it. And too late. Yes, there's a very small window. And although it is possible, it is very risky, because obviously if you leave it too late, you get hit. And against a class like this, you will seriously pay for it. I dodged the wrong way. Like that. And messed up again. Right. The other nice thing about being able to do that, and the reason for doing that as opposed to just simply dodging, if I can pull it off again, no, is that you can get an unblockable attack in. Nope, that was just a standard separate attack, step to the side and attack. Not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you the deflect. No. I might have to cut a bit of video out. Oh, got to attack. There we go. So as you can see, this is quite tricky to pull off. Some people will be able to do it every time. They'll be really good at this, really good, especially if you're a lot younger than I am. Doesn't, oops, went the wrong way then. So it doesn't do a massive amount of damage, but it's the fact that it's unblockable, and it will shock your opponent as well, because they'll wonder what the hell just happened. But it is extremely risky, and if you're especially panicking in combat, then it's going to be much harder to pull off if you're pressured, and you're more likely to get hit and die as a result. So that's the blocks covered. Yeah, not good. Just to make blocks are covered, parries are covered, and I've shown you deflects. Dodges I haven't shown you, but essentially all dodges are you waiting for the you wait for the attack. If the attack's coming in, you basically just step to either side using the A or D on the keyboard or your directional, which is on the pad you're using, and just press the spacebar or your dodge button, and you can dodge their attacks, which is extremely useful. And it's one of the Orosha's main things, to be honest, because if I can dodge, I can also follow it up with a nice attack. So that's one thing to watch out for when you fight heroes. Right, so what we've got here is the Warlord, and the Warlord has a rather unique ability, and I'm not actually doing it yet, I'm just blocking while I'm talking, but what he can do is, all classes can parry using a heavy attack. If you attack in the same direction as you are being attacked in, just as it's about to hit, then you'll be able to parry the attack and kind of stun them. So if I can put, hang on, I'll try and pull one off just to show you the standard parry. No. No. There we go, that's a standard parry. Right, so what I'm going to show you now is his unique ability. He can do the same thing but with a light attack, and when he manages it, he will essentially hit with a shield and then attack with a light attack, so you can counter pretty quickly. So let's see if I can pull off a few of them. Nope. Okay. This is one good thing about the practice mode, is that if you do make a mistake, if you mistime it, you can get straight back into the fight. Right, so there's one. Mistime that, there you go. So shield and hit. So you can trade blows nicely. Very, very nice ability of the Warlord. So I'll just do a couple more. It. Naturally the timing is different against every different opponent you face, because all attacks are at different speeds. So as you can see, if you want to practice one manoeuvre, then this practice mode is perfect for it, because there's no delay, you just respawn and you can be straight back at it practicing, and you can try and improve on your consistency. Oh, I didn't even do that time at all. There we go. So parry always has a risk reward with it. If you don't get it right, you are going to get hit. But if you can improve your consistency, then it can become more beneficial to you in more fights. And this time again. Oh, and again. Unfortunately, the Viking does so much damage. But I don't last very long. And there we go. Right, so hopefully that's helped you understand the Warlord's unique parrying ability. Okay, I just want to quickly go over guard breaks. Guard breaks are extremely useful because they open up a window for you to attack in, but you've got to be careful on your timing, because I might be able to just go straight in for a guard block on this guy without getting hit because his attacks are so slow. If you try it against a Berserker or like a character like myself, Hiroshi, then if they're throwing in light attacks, the light attacks will always land before you can get your guard break in. So, the key to landing a guard break against a harassing opponent is to perform a parry first. So, I'll be using a heavy attack against his attack, and miss. Okay, I shall try again in a second. That's the beauty of practice mode. And get straight back to it. So try and go for a parry, and then follow up with a guard break. And I missed it again, there we go. Guard break, and then I can throw him off a bridge if need be. Or, instead of throwing, I can follow up with an attack. So I'll try to get another parry in. Guard break, too far away. And again, too far away. With other classes you might have been able to get that guard break off, but the parrying is top attack. Okay, I should be following this up. I'm throwing him too far back. I need to get closer when I'm parrying. So I can, there we go, I can get in and I can get a nice attack in. So, that's, oops, bad range. That's guard breaks for you. Actually, one thing I should point out as well, rather than glossing over it and assuming that everybody knows. To actually do the throw, you guard break and then press guard break again, and it's directional. So if I guard break, I can throw in a different direction depending on depending on which way I directionally point. The other way to get guard breaks in, oops, I forgot to put the second one then. The other way to get guard breaks in is to essentially block their chain. Try and get used to the amount of hits that enemies have in their chains. So this guy usually has 3 or 2, so here's 3, and now I can get in because he's recovering. Okay, so here we've got a small clip about guard break countering. This is taking place within the Advanced Practice section of the How to Play menu. In here you've got a bot which will continuously guard break against you, so you can repeatedly practice your timing on getting your counter just right. There's been a lot of talk as to whether you need to be pressing it just before contact, as contact is made, or just after. And going over the forums and testing myself, I'm not 100% sure, and I don't think many other people are 100% sure when exactly you need to be pressing it. But the start of the window should be highlighted by the appearance of the red shield, which you can see on the enemy character as they initiate the guard break. So come to this Advanced Practice, try and practice your guard break counters because they are extremely valuable. It's one of my weaknesses, and I die a lot because I get guard breaks and I miss my guard break counters. So, here's another clip, and this is demonstrating guarding against 2 opponents. You can find this training, again, in the Advanced Practice, which is underneath the How to Play menu in the main menu. Here I'm using a Nobushi, which, like most other characters, can actually sustain the guard position. So here you can see I'm holding my guard on the left-hand side, which will block anything coming from the left-hand opponent. So I only have to worry about reacting to my main opponent. With assassin types, you have a timed guard, which means you can't hold and sustain that guard against the external opponent. You actually have to react against both opponents. So being in this situation with an assassin is much more dangerous. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to watch my video. It certainly means a lot to me personally. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you've got any feedback then feel free to leave a comment to let me know so that I can improve myself in the future. If you'd like to see more, then it's certainly a great incentive for me if I can see likes and subscriptions on my channel, because it means I'm doing something right. Stick with me, and I'll endeavour to create more videos to keep you entertained and to keep you informed on games like For Honor and any other games that pique my interest. A small clip will follow to promote my small business venture, just in case any of you are interested. But for now, take care, have fun, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Hi, I'd like to introduce you to my small business venture, Tormented Doodles. If high contrast designs catch yours or your friend's eyes, then hopefully Tormented Doodles will be of interest to you. Mainly inspired by tribal black and white designs, I create doodles as a hobby and then digitize them so that I can then share them with you. Currently, my designs are available on merchandise via Redbubble and Threadless, and will expand in future. You can find links to both my online shops via my website
www.tormenteddoodles.co.uk. Thank you for your time, and I hope you can find something to suit your taste. Enjoy browsing, and please feel free to provide feedback via the contact form on my website.